even see the city. Doesn't look like it's snowing anymore, but oh yeah, there's still a storm. Hey everyone, got a view of City Hall over here. It's about 5 p.m., a little past, and I tell you, I would say around 2 o'clock, maybe 3, the snow was coming down pretty windy and pretty harshly, almost like it was yesterday, February 1st. And calmed down now. It just feels like a little bit of rain, but still little flakes here and there. You can probably see them in the downtown area again. Gonna hop on a train and head to Midtown. Take a quick walk around there. You can see cleanup here is pretty good so far. Of course, slip and sliding all over the place, and no, but definitely a lot of progress here. I would say pretty much things will probably be back to normal on Wednesday for the most part. No subway suspensions. So here we go. So here we are in Midtown around Herald Square. Here's Macy's. Pretty much the biggest department store in the world. Well, I mean, so the sign says. They're open. And it's about 5:30, 5:45 and change. The sun's pretty much almost gone, so the evening's kicking in. And you can see it's still snowing, though very, very lightly. Floor's been cleaned up pretty decently, here in Manhattan at least. Streets are still slushy. Disgusting, you know, grayish looking snow and yellow snow even. I've seen a few actually. Pan over here, and of course up there, Empire State Building. Definitely still a lot of snow trucks walking the area, driving by, clean stuff up as of the morning. I definitely do see more people and vehicles out on the road today. There's no ban this time for non-essential driving. Sorry about the siren. See an ambulance there coming by. Manhattan Ball's right over there. Not really a mall anymore for the most part. Most of it's been converted to office space. I actually walked in there one day, and the first floor is a few stores, and the escalator, if you go up, the security guard's wondering like, oh, what are you doing? There's nothing up there. And there's the Empire State Building. That place actually used to be pretty lively a long time ago. Well, this has actually been really cleaned up really nicely. So I'm going to go ahead and head north. Guess where to? Some really amazing holiday displays over here. Last time actually they had a couple little video game things. They had something you have to step on to make snowflakes fall, or I don't know what. Kind of wish I filmed it, but unfortunately I didn't get to grab it. There you go, Herald Square. Sign right over there. It's a PATH train station to Jersey around here. I believe the PATH was shut down and still is to some degree today. Yep, been hearing those trucks all night. I don't recommend you walk here, so I'm gonna walk around. Yeah, that stuff gets pretty deep. No problem for some good old boots. guys, if you are walking down the street with your lady or female friend, take the first step. Don't let her do it. Get her shoes wet and everything. Unless she's wearing freaking long ass boots, then I think you're good. Poke bar. I actually could use a poke bowl right about now. So heading north, a couple of blocks, not a big long walk, 36th. And this is Broadway. So it's funny, a lot of these little videos end up being on Broadway. You can already see the lights in Times Square. There's a Shake Shack over here. Call me nuts, but I've actually not really had Shake Shack, hardly at all. I think I've only had it like twice. And it's so small amount of times I actually remember. Once I actually had it after boxing, and once I had it at lunch with a former coworker of mine. Great meal. Just, I don't know. I haven't really gone around to grabbing meals there. This is a nice little outdoor dining right over here. I tell you, some pretty good ideas came out to really keep the industry going, which is actually really great. Though the sad news is, obviously, it doesn't really, not everybody really pulled through, so to speak. Around here somewhere is the location I actually get my eyeglasses from. Now that I said that, I'm actually due to go back. It's a whole new year. I don't actually wear glasses all the time, but it does make things nice and sharper and crispier. Reading, watching a movie, using the computer, etc. But people who know me know I've actually done all that without them. So with the weather warming up just a tad bit and some of the snow now turning into a little bit of rain, yesterday even I began to actually see and hear snow falling from buildings, so it's definitely something to look out for if you're walking around here. If anyone's ever actually flown to New York City, especially during the evening, and I know I shouldn't be walking on the street, let me get off. You've actually had the luxury or the luck to fly over the city, and I've actually had that pleasure a couple of times. Flying back in, wow, what a view. You can actually see Times Square all lit up like crazy, even 5,000, 10,000 feet up in the air. Well, actually, no, it can't be that high. You wouldn't see anything. New York's always strong. Pull through together. You mess with one of us, you mess with all of us. It's a quote from a movie. Someone leave a comment if you know where that movie's from. I seriously considered biking to work today. It probably wouldn't have been so bad. No, it probably would have been bad. But that would have been an adventure. Tempting to do that tomorrow. So despite the non-essential ban lifted up, not too many vehicles on this street, but I'll be honest, the street's usually kind of empty. To some degree anyway. I'll just give you a little bit of look behind me. Can't really see the Empire State Building being blocked by all these other buildings. Empire State Building, I believe you have to walk a little bit over in this direction. More closer to 5th Avenue. Between 5th and 6th, I really got a good view. Oh, well, okay, I am walking on the bike lane, so technically a car shouldn't run me over. Been losing count how many times I've actually walked this area, south or north. I still see some flakes falling, but hardly. I'm gonna try to walk a little faster here. Ooh, those brakes don't sound good. So this is what I was talking about, guys. If I just put my foot in here, you can actually see just how much of my boot is going in. Take the first step. Be the sacrifice. I am going to hang onto this pole and walk over. There we go. Joe's Pizza. Come here a couple of times, and this place is somewhat well known. A couple of celebrities have come by here. Saw a couple of pictures in there, so if you're in the area, by all means, they're pretty good. You can see all the pictures and famous people's signatures they got hanging all over the place. Not too far from here is the New York Public Library, like the really old-fashioned building that everybody likes to go to. Sometimes I used to study there, come by here and grab some pizza and then go back. Pretty short walk to the Times Square area from 34th. Not too long ago, I was actually going to take a bus from Port Authority, which is 42nd and 8th Avenue, so well, one or two avenues in that direction. Just a little note, guys, Greyhound buses do not have capacity limits on their buses. I actually interviewed for a job here some time back. And not to segue from my story about the Greyhound bus, but when I went into the lobby, you know, obviously you have to sign in, someone checks you in, puts you on the guest list, all that jazz. The freaking guy I was going to interview didn't even have me on the guest list. So, yeah, I was stuck down there for almost an hour. And, you know, you think, alright, yeah, sure. The person who's going to interview me is late. I'm going to get this job. No. And unfortunately it didn't happen, but it's okay. I actually turned it down for the most part anyway. Here's a little site. Some videos I did like around the whole time this event started last year. Got a couple of comments about people asking me where the pigeons were. Even in the winter, here they are. I don't have any cookies on me, guys, so I'm sorry. So yeah, interesting interview. The whole hour late. And of course, because it was an hour late, he had to interview somebody else at the time, so I won't go into the details of it, but that was pretty kind of unprofessional. Kind of gives you a sign. And of course, I turned it down anyway. A lot of cops over here. I see a guy with a DJI Osmo 4. I actually did a review on that gimbal some time back. I'll do a little follow-up on that. Didn't really turn out too well. You can check out that video, I'll put a link below. It was all shaky in the corners, and if a gimbal's gonna do that, 4th generation, not really performing as good as the first. It's not for me. But going back to what I was saying about the Greyhound bus, there's no capacity limits, so I was going to take a bus to another city just nearby, and I saw 60 or 65 people behind me waiting for the same bus. Nice little lady telling people to keep their mask on while some idiot in the back decided to smoke a cigarette, trigger the freaking fire alarms in the building. Yeah, that's great. And I asked her, yeah, all these people getting on the same bus, or are you guys gonna split it up? No, same bus. Alright, I'm out of here. walked south to Penn Station and took the Amtrak train. More expensive, more comfortable ride, 50% capacity. I slept better. Heck, even the person I was going to go visit agreed too. You are nuts. No, ain't boarding that bus. So I really hope that's something they take into consideration, because he actually didn't want to give me a refund, because supposedly I turned the ride down. Yeah. So you can see actually the street definitely looks much cleaner, more traffic here. Still not a lot of people though. Go ahead and do a little flip over here. See all the nice lights everywhere. Looks great. I'm actually tempted to walk an avenue over to 8th and maybe walk by a couple of movie theaters, jeez. I'm sure there's a movie theater there somewhere. I think it's a little too late for me to cross, so going back to the story about interviews for jobs, I've actually interviewed in this area quite a few times. Over the last few years. Not in the last week or two, or the last month. It's none of my business, but I am a cyclist to a degree. A hibernating one to some degree too. But I gotta tell you, if you're gonna bike in snow, seriously, wear a helmet. I have slidden on snow, rain, gravel. Oh man, that's the worst. It's not pleasurable whatsoever. What the heck? A piece of that front bumper of that car is actually all over the place. I am daring to actually walk over this. Or should I walk this way? Oh, jeez. So you couldn't see me, but I literally just leaped right over that freaking puddle. It's a good 2.5 feet. So I'm just gonna walk down to 8th Avenue. There's a Marriott Marquis. And if I'm correct, this place is also closed too. Perhaps. There's a little pathway between one avenue and another. This was actually open during the summer last year. Pretty sure they just closed off because they don't want people slipping on their property or something. Liability issue. If I had to guess. Now, unfortunately, these nice little restaurants and whatnot, bars, are unfortunately one of the places, one of the top places that are actually really suffering. All these places are very dependent on the theater district, which is completely non-existent right now. Ah, this is what I was looking for. And that's a real shame, unfortunately, but huh. It's one of my favorite songs, by the way, when both of them are singing it. Dylan and Cash. Walking by here, see all these theater posters. Why I have not gone to see that yet is beyond me. Oh, there's Beetlejuice. I was talking about that yesterday. wicked. I have a sister who must have seen this like a gazillion times. And of course, funny enough, every time I'm traveling internationally, I happen to see a poster, and her first question to me is, "Did you go see it?" It's like, yeah, I'm gonna go see it in Japanese. I'm gonna go see it in French. I would, it's just that I'm actually going to another city in another country to see a play. Though, I mean, I was in a country and I really wanted to see a dance company there, but the season was over, so I just called myself out there. I probably would, but I probably would see the original first, and I'm pretty sure she'll be great company since she's seen it so many times. More restaurants, bars are, can't tell if they're open, but definitely not doing too well. At around this time on a regular day, even in the winter, there would be so many people here. What time is it now? Like 5:45, waiting to go to a show. Lying out here. Even the streets are empty here. Not because of the storm. Well, there's that bowling alley. I was supposed to go there some time back with a couple of friends, and March kicked in, unfortunately. It's actually awfully creepy here because you don't hear a damn thing. Literally, if you just started watching this video like right here, you would swear it's midnight. And as I was saying, 5:45, you see a lot of people in line getting ready to enter the theater. If it were like midnight, you see people leaving, trying to catch the performers coming out, cheer them on, get an autograph, everything else that goes with it. Is that the masquerade scene? Take a photo, post and tag it. Wow, that's nice. I swear, if the thing was actually sticking out and etched into the door, that would be pretty amazing. I actually like that scene in the movie. The actress, she's really something. Emmy Ralston. There you go. She's got the same initials as me. Oh well, small world, another Shake Shack. You can see this area here hasn't been taken care of. So if I slip and fall on my ass, yep, I won't edit that out. Unless someone nearby makes fun of me for it. Here's 8th Avenue. I know this hotel. I've stayed here. Sort of. Actually, I had company. She stayed here. And I joined her for a drink for a little while, catching up. Friend from out of town. She knows who she is. And there. Shout out to you. I gotta ask you, do you ever complain to management about how freaking hot that room was? It actually was around this time of the year too. I had to open up the windows and the freaking place still was burning, festering warm. I'm guessing this hotel, I'm not going to speak bad about them, but I'm guessing they were former apartment buildings, apartments and stuff like that. It didn't exactly work out in the conversion, because it was just strange. I'm gonna go ahead and cross over here and head back down. I know that building. Alright, that wasn't too bad. I have a cousin. She actually, ooh, this is gonna suck. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that sucked. But anyway, I have a cousin, he used to grab a nice meal here and a drink along this strip further up 8th Avenue a couple of times. You can actually see the lights from Times Square reflecting on these buildings over here. That's another hotel over there. It says the Edition. New York Edition, Times Square Edition, I forgot what they call it. And there's a row hotels they're talking about. They are unfortunately closed. But I gotta tell you, when I was actually visiting a friend here, oh man, the lobby was bustling with people. And this was March, some years back. So yeah, a lot of these bars and food courts are all closed, unfortunately. It's a nice little sugar candy store kind of place around here somewhere. I don't know where. My friend, she kind of went nuts on seeing it. We ended up going there and grabbing some stuff. I must have grabbed some gummy bears or something. I'm about to literally walk this junk over here. Here's Shake Shack. Woohoo! My left foot is a victim of water now. That doesn't feel very comfortable. Not just restaurants, there's also gift shops around here that sell, you know, shot glasses and posters and stuff like that of Broadway plays that are around here. So, you know, unfortunately those places are closed too, for the most part. Coming up on 42nd over here. Oop, a little glitchy screen. The Stand. If I recall, there was a, back in the 90s, looks like they remade the show again. Port Authority bus terminal right over here. We've gone here a couple of times to grab buses to Jersey, but I was originally going to take a bus to another state, not Jersey. I backed out of that completely. Let's go ahead and cross here, and then we'll walk over back to Broadway. Big long bike lane over here on 8th Avenue. It's really random in Manhattan what streets are going to actually be really well looked after, cared for in terms of cleanup and stuff like that. Regal and AMC theaters are closed over here. I recall some family many years ago saw the movie Avatar. One of these two theaters, I just don't remember which one. Used to be a Cold Stone Creamery around here, as well as the BB King. Saw one or two musical groups there, as well as a really awesome singer friend of mine named Laura Shield. You're gonna kill me for mispronouncing your name, girl. I am so sorry. And she was running a little event, Toys for Tots. See? Look at that. I swear I got a memory like crazy. Dave and Buster's. Oh, you can actually see some snow's falling. A couple of interesting places that I've actually not been in. I was going to go into one of these with a friend of mine, and she kind of backed out. She's like, I am not paying $30 whatever dollars to come in here. Alright. If they're even open. I can't even tell. That is or was a theater, or still is. It's Harry Potter. And this over here was a McDonald's with all these light bulbs on, using crazy electricity. I used to sometimes come here just to grab a bite, especially if I'm taking a walk in the area or just happen to be in the area. I must have come in here and grabbed a couple apple pies with a friend of mine a couple of times. I'm actually not too big on McDonald's food, to be honest. Apple pies, can't beat those. Pretty much in this whole area there's like a gazillion entrances to the subway. Entrances like these, or just a usual subway entrance going downstairs. Last year, when this whole thing started, I'm just going to refer to it as a thing, was it in March, April, May? The interior of Times Square 42nd Street Station was completely deserted. And yeah, that's like a little freaky. Which one knows what this is about? Since when do you need a car? Freaking SUV sounding like a fire truck. Oh well, whatever. I won't question it. That don't look good. That looks horrible, actually. Together right now we're safe apart, but please keep a distance of 6 feet. Alright, you guys can read the rest. downtown. Oh, we'll just walk a little bit again uptown. It was a little bit more windier. Whoa, lost my voice there for a second. And even though my right hand is gloved better than my left, my right hand is freaking cold. Well, so the costume character is actually here today too. Well, everyone, February 2nd, evening, early evening, around 6 p.m. Things are looking a little better in the city. It doesn't even look like it's snowing anymore, but I still feel it in my face occasionally. Nothing like yesterday where it was like literally blinding me for a moment. Flakes everywhere. But here we are. So hope you enjoyed this somewhat short video. A lot of sirens all over the place here today. Hard Rock Cafe. Really looking for indoor dining kicking in one of these days. Anyway, everyone, thanks again for watching. Take care, and as always, be safe. Oh, there they go.